Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. And this is Mississippi from the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry by Albert G. Mackey. Mississippi. Masonry was introduced into this state at least as far back as 1801, in which year the Grand Lodge of Kentucky chartered a lodge at Natchez, which became extinct in 1814. The Grand Lodge of Kentucky subsequently granted charters to two other lodges in 1812 and 1815. Two lodges were also constituted by the Grand Lodge of Tennessee. The delegates of three of these lodges met in convention at the city of Natchez in July and August 1818, and on the 25th of the latter month organized the Grand Lodge of Mississippi, Henry Tooley being elected Grand Master. The Grand Chapter was organized at Vicksburg, May 18, 1846. The Grand Council of Royal and Select Master, January 19, 1856, and the Grand Commandery, January 22, 1857. Scottish Masonry was introduced into the state in 1815 by the establishment of a Grand Council of Princes of Jerusalem under the obedience of the Southern Supreme Council. Harmony Lodge No. 7 was chartered at Natchez, October 16, 1801, by the Grand Lodge of Kentucky. On August 30, 1814, it surrendered its charter but received a new dispensation August 30, 1815. During the following year, it was chartered as No. 33. The first worshipful master was Seth Lewis, Chief Justice of Mississippi Territory in 1800. A convention consisting of masters, wardens, and past masters of Harmony Lodge, No. 33, Andrew Jackson Lodge, No. 15, and Washington Lodge, No. 17, was held at Natchez on July 27, 1818, and organized a Grand Lodge. A chapter of Royal Arch Masons was instituted at Natchez in 1816, attached to Harmony Lodge and working under its warrant. It was called the Natchez Royal Arch Chapter. Other chapters, namely Clinton, Vicksburg, Columbus, Jackson, Wilson, Carrollton, No. 7, and Yazoo, No. 8, were soon formed. On March 12, 1846, the Deputy General Grand High Priest gave permission to form a Grand Chapter for Mississippi, which was duly organized on May 18, 1846. On one of his journeys, companion Jeremy L. Cross conferred the select degree at Natchez and sent a council charter on March 15, 1817, but there is no proof that this council was ever organized. In the same place, John Barker established a Grand Council of Princes of Jerusalem in 1829, which assumed control of the royal and select master's degrees. 7 councils were then organized and met and formed a Grand Council on January 19, 1856. Several councils had surrendered their charters and others had ceased work when the Grand Council adopted a system in 1877 called the Mississippi Plan, by which each Royal Arch chapter was to open a council of royal and select masters to work under its charter. The Grand Council was then dissolved. On September 16, 1853, the General Grand Chapter resolved that it had no jurisdiction over the degrees of Royal and Select Master. In February 1888, the Grand Council of Mississippi met again and decided that it was illegal for chapters to work the degrees. 6 councils were represented at this session, and it included 6 of the officers elected in 1877. The Mississippi Commandery No. 1 was organized at Jackson by dispensation issued July 5, 1844, and was granted a charter, September 12, 1844. When the Grand Commandery of Mississippi was formed, the subordinate commanderies were Mississippi No. 1, Magnolia No. 2, and Lexington No. 3. The ancient and accepted Scottish Rite was first established at Meridian on October 20, 1897, when the following 4 bodies were established: Meridian No. 1, Lodge of Perfection; Mississippi No. 1, Chapter of Rose Croix; Mississippi No. 1, Council of Kadosh; Mississippi No. 1, Consistory. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment, and if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.